All right, we're back here with Jamie Wolter, ski extraordinaire in the county here, doing a little bit of everything for a long, long time. Pulling out some tools here that are important for the backcountry skiing.
More than important.
Yeah.
They're required.
Required.
If you're gonna go into the backcountry, you got to have the gear.
You'll often hear people say, well, I'm not doing anything that's going to risk my life anyways, but then you also don't want to be the goop up there when somebody does get into trouble that you can't help because you don't have any gear to go help out. But I'm a novice, so let's talk, what are my essentials? I'd like to go try, hit the backcountry a little bit. Obviously, I need some information to know, to make sure I'm making safe decisions. Outside of that, we're going to talk
You need some gear. You need what's called an Avalanche transceiver, and this is a real nice...
Is this also known as a beacon?
A beacon or Avalanche transceiver, same thing.
This is what's going to help me find you and you find me.
Correct. Right? And you turn it on when you leave the trailhead. It transmits all day, or as long as you're out there skiing.
So it doesn't need to just turn it on before you run.
No. You leave it turned on all day. If somebody were to get caught, then the people who are not caught are going to turn it on to its search function. And I can switch it right over. It's going to take it a second to go into search.
I see.
So it transmits while you're wearing it on. If somebody gets caught, everybody that's not caught switches to the search function, and then it allows me to look for where you might be, and it's probably picking up some info from some of the other electronics in here.
And now this is a tool that you don't just pick up and just go use it. This is another
You need to practice with
Definitely
it. You need some training
watch some videos, take some education classes, do whatever it is, because it's not just... It doesn't just go find the person. It doesn't work that way. It's not GPS.
No. So you need this, and that gets you close to the person.
Yeah.
And once you get really close, like within a 2 to 3 foot box, and that square can vary depending upon how deeply the person's buried. Then we want to have a probe pole, and the probe pole is collapsible, and I don't know if we can spin it out in here or not, but we'll give it a try.
This is the only time your buddy's going to be happy you stab him in the face.
We get this together.
Holy cow, those are long. Okay.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you're not buried that deep, but if you are buried, 2 or 3 feet deep and I'm holding it waist level, it's got to go far enough.
Yeah.
So I would use this then to pinpoint the location of my buried friend.
You're basically hoping for resistance. You're just
I'm looking for a difference in how far it goes into the snow. Once I've got that, then I'm going to pull my shovel out and I'm going to Start digging like a madman, because the digging takes longer than more than anything else. So having a nice metal shovel with an extendable handle is a big deal. I'm not a fan of the plastic shovels or the little
anything that can break is just not a good idea.
It's not a good idea, and it will break. Avalanche debris, when it sets up, is just like concrete. Within minutes of an avalanche happening, that snow does what's called work hardening and gets really firm. And if you think about, like when the guy comes and plows your driveway, that snow pile on the side of your driveway is it's tough. Well, avalanche debris turns into that in just a matter of minutes after the occurrence. So you need.
If somebody can't afford all this stuff, because it's not cheap. I mean, the beacons, it's important gear. You can actually go rent it. I think locally, you can get a whole backcountry package from Epic Mountain Sports.
I think you can at Epic, or
you definitely want to make sure of the education behind it, because it's worthless.
you need to know how to use it.
Yeah, so you shouldn't just go pick it up and go ski the deep and steep. But
I feel like come on, it's a little expensive, but how much is your life worth?
Right.
I mean, come on.
Or your buddy's life.
Yeah, or your buddy's life. Is it worth $400 or $500? I hope so.
Yeah.
If it's not, you probably ought to rethink your priorities.
Get some rollerblades or something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any other pieces of gear hiding in that bag? Is there a six-pack or anything?
No. But you know what? There's 2 pieces that are super cool. So this bag has a built-in Avalanche, and the Avalanche allows you to be. It allows you to breathe under buried snow.
So you need to get that in your mouth before you get hit.
You actually leave it out where you can get
so it's just near you. Okay.
If you're skiing suspect terrain. But the Avalanche is super cool, and it allows you to breathe under the snow for up to 60 minutes.
Holy cow.
Where without it, you have 10 to 15 minutes before you suffocate.
It gives your buddies a lot more time to get
pretty big deal to have something like that. Yeah. And then the other thing that's out is called an airbag pack, and I'm not going to deploy it, but it has a big balloon that pops out of it when you pull the ripcord.
Now, is that supposed to keep you above the
It's
avalanche?
supposed to prevent you from getting buried. The whole idea is getting buried is a bad deal.
Right.
So if you can prevent yourself from getting buried, it increases your surface area without adding any weight, and you're more likely to stay on top of the flow of an avalanche. So,
wow.
It can certainly help, but if you're caught in a gigantic avalanche straying through the trees and shredded to pieces, it's not going to do much for you.
Right.
It's a great tool, but
just
again,
a lot of tools. Nothing's going to for sure save your life.
The
it's just
best
all the stuff
bet is
put yourself in the safest possible situation.
And the best bet is the knowledge and not getting caught.
Yeah.
That's really the best bet.
And now, are there like information on gear on your website as well?
There's going to be some information on the website as well.
I'm sure several outlets in town here. You can pop into shops.
Absolutely.
A lot of places are going to sell you the stuff you need to be safe.
Absolutely. So important to have the gear. It's good stuff. And
so you got any Avi classes coming up here?
I don't right this minute.
Get on the website and make a request, right?
Yeah. Go to the Powder Addiction website and ask for a class.
Know before you go, is that the...
Yeah, or through the Avalanche Information Center. Click on the Education tab, then on the Know Before You Go, and there's a class request tab. So as a parent, teacher, anybody like that, you can get some free awareness for the kids. And let me tell you, these kids now just rip. I mean, they're incredible skiers. And as they start to hit that, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, somebody's going to tempt them to go out the ropes someplace that they shouldn't be without all the stuff.
Been in. It's going to be incredible, and here we go.
They need the knowledge and they need the gear.
So you told us about one Avalanche story. What was the other one? Real quick. We don't have long.
I was out backcountry skiing with some friends. I was going to ski. We do what's called the ski cut. You basically try and scoot across the slope up high, put some weight on it from one safe zone to another safe spot, hoping that nothing happens, but if it does, that you've caused the avalanche and not gotten caught.
Yep.
Well, I made a ski cut and it didn't go as planned. And about halfway across, the slope boat broke a couple hundred yards above me, and it took me on a pretty good ride. I thought maybe I could ski out, but it just sucks you in. It's like this sheet of glass breaking and exploding and traveling down the hill, and within seconds you're doing 30, 40 miles an hour or more, and it's really hard to get out of it or off of it. So,
oh my God.
I got lucky once again and lost one ski, but I got out and survived.
It looks like it's back to Cramner for me. So, Jamie, thanks so much for being on the show.
You're very welcome.
Jamie Wolter, definitely check out the website. Know before you go. The
Colorado Avalanche Information Center.
Yeah. I mean, these guys will literally save your life, potentially.
And check out the forecast. They put out a great avalanche forecast, a weather forecast, and, knowing what's up with the hazard is a huge part of the deal. So, really important that you know about what's happening out there.
Well, Jamie, we'd love to have you on the show again.
Thanks very much.
We'll have you back soon, but thanks again, and we'll be back shortly.
All right. Pleasure to be here.